All right, you guys, now let's talk about what went down between David and Annie on this episode of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. David takes his daughter Ashley and her family out to the zoo with Annie as well, and Annie feels really ostracized by Ashley and her family. She's like, I know Ashley doesn't like me, so I don't feel comfortable hanging around her. And you know, what appears to be like her fifth fiance, considering the fact that Annie says she's been married like 4 times already. So Annie, the entire time that they were at the zoo, she just distanced herself and made things worse than what they were. Like, it seemed like Ashley, her fiance, like the kids were trying to like get through to her. At a certain point, one of Ashley's young daughters even like got in Annie's face and was like making funny faces, dancing around, hoping to at least make her laugh. But Annie was just, the whole entire time, she decided to stonewall everyone. And in my opinion, she's the one who made the outing uncomfortable. She really can be quite childish sometimes, and she has no room to complain, considering when David's son, I forgot his name, came to move in with them, Annie didn't even get up to say hi, greet him properly, hug him, show him around, literally anything. She just sat there eating and like looking at her bowl until he went away into his own room. So Annie really does have to take a good look at herself and see what she's doing to contribute to like the ice cold tension that occurs whenever she's around his entire family, like Ashley, the kids. Before we really get into that, Ashley's fiance in a talking head was like, I've met Annie a couple of times, like when David's son, what's his name, Jacob, was in the hospital, and she never really said like anything to me. Like, you know, I tried to say hello or something, and she, you know, would keep it really short and never really tried to reach out or like form a relationship or anything like that. And so speaking of Jacob now, Jacob FaceTimes with the family, you know, on Ashley's request. She's like, hey, would you guys want to talk to your uncle? Let's FaceTime him from the zoo. He'd love to see this. So everybody gathers around. Remember, this guy just got shot in the face. So everybody gathers around, is like, oh, I miss you, Uncle Jacob. Like, here's the zoo. Nice to see you. You look a lot better. Your swelling's going down. And Annie is just sitting there all alone off to the side, like having a little bit of a hissy fit. She would not get off her damn phone. It just, you know, it was not a good look considering what Jacob had just went through, like a really traumatic event. And everybody wants to be as supportive as possible to him, as warm as possible to him. And Tweedledee is just over there sitting by herself, refusing to be a part of the family that she married into. While still at the zoo, Annie and David go to like a little coffee shop and talk about how Annie feels frustrated about not being able to have kids with David quite yet. In fact, before they even really get to talk, Annie was on her phone as usual, just texting away while David was like, how did you feel today? Did you have fun? You seem a little bit distant. She was being so childish, you guys. So she admits, like, it just makes me sad to see all these kids and realize that I don't have a kid with you. I've been waiting how long to have a kid with you? Honestly, Annie, I don't know why you're begging to have a kid with an unemployed 50-something-year-old man who was just until, a couple of months ago, living off another grown-ass man with his own family to take care of. Like, if I were her, I would just write out my minimum requirements and bounce as soon as I got my U.S. citizenship. Do not tie yourself down to him for like an entire lifetime. It is not worth it, sis. Girl, this man is way too old, broke, and lazy for you to even think about procreating with him. David tells her, I know you want a baby and I want to give you a baby, but remember I told you I'll be reversing my vasectomy when I get a job, which explains why he very clearly like fumbles through his interviews. Like, it seems on purpose. No one is that like stupid in an interview. And he's like, blah, 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 whatever. You're just telling me what you think I want to hear. I'm sick of this. And then in her talking head, she's like, I think I married the wrong man, at the wrong time, and into the wrong family. Girl really thought she was about to get a free ride scholarship to America or something. It's just so sad to see what these young people go through just to live in America. Like, absolutely unfortunate. But like I said before, a lot of Annie's misery comes from herself. She could be doing a lot more to bond with David's family, including his 2 kids and, you know, Ashley's children as well, David's grandchildren. You know, do you really think a guy with grandchildren in the double digits is interested in having another baby? Like, oh my God, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. And I'm not even like up there. You guys, leave all of your thoughts and opinions on David and Annie's relationship in this episode of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. And as usual, we'll chat. You can also like this video, subscribe for more. Feel free to share it with your friends as well, and follow me across social media where I absolutely love chatting with you. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.